What if I were to tell you that every time King Charles throws a tantrum, perhaps at his gardeners, or Prince William takes a £450 million yacht on another vacation while preaching about climate change? A story about Harry and Meghan suddenly appears to steal the headlines. It's true, folks, and I know you know it. So today, we're going behind the curtain of the most sophisticated PR machine in the world, the British royal family media manipulation apparatus. We'll examine how the Charity Commission's sudden announcement about Prince Harry's Sentebale charity conveniently emerged just as two major scandals were threatening to damage the crown. This isn't conspiracy theory, this is documented strategy. And we, of course, have the receipts. Welcome. This is Majesty Sussex Report. I'm Antonio. Thank you for spending some of your valuable time here with us.
But you got my time. It's not just something nobody can relate. So just emotion. We got time to wait. I don't know if this love was never ending. Oh, it's not too late. She's just so mad. I don't know if we should stop pretending. Oh, it's not too late. She's just so mad.
Let's start with what's actually happening right now. Let's start from the very beginning. A very good place to start. So, the stories that were dominating headlines before, they mysteriously vanished. First, King Charles III and his gardening crisis at Highgrove. According to multiple reports from the Sunday Times and Fox News, 11 out of 12 gardeners have quit his estate since 2022. Staff members filed formal grievances, citing under-sourced and constantly struggling to fulfill the king's request. One former employee revealed that Charles would leave red ink notes that feel more like reprimands than feedback. Can you imagine? Just someone takes you right back to like high school or something. Anyways, obsessing over details like single delphinium being an inch too low. Really? Gee, rich people. But here's the kicker. When one gardener admitted lacking knowledge about a particular flower, what do you know about this particular flower? It's called the Galanian. What do you know about the Galanians? You know nothing at all. I'm not saying that's what he said. I'm not saying that's the way he speaks. This is just for comedy reasons and for me to keep it light. So, the king allegedly said, "Don't put that man in front of me again." Again, this is not an imitation of the king. I do not do a very good British accent at all. This is just for comedy relief for me and for those that will smile at it. This isn't firm leadership. This is creating a toxic work environment. Now, the King's Foundation rushed to defend, claiming staff turnover is well below the national average. Well, isn't that great? But think about this. If your boss was known for explosive mood swings and impossible standards, would you stick around for minimum wage? I mean, really. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Wait until you hear about the $500 million yacht vacation. Listen, between you, me, the walls, and the laptop, I know you know about this, okay? But let's go with it. It's part of the story. Meanwhile, Prince Willie, I really don't want to say Willie. It just sounds wrong, really. But I'll say it just because I know it, you folks get a kick out of it. So, Prince Willie, our future environmentalist king, well, also he was going to bring peace to the Middle East. He was going to cure poverty and create homes for the homeless. I don't know, many other things. Anyways, let me stick to the story here. Was spotted cruising. Oh, hello. I mean, cruising the Greek islands on not one, but potentially two super yachts. Yeah, I'm going there. Greek media initially reported the family aboard the Opera, la 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 la, la 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 la, a 450 million mega yacht. I mean, it should actually say mega yacht because 450 million. Gee, what would I do with that money? What would you do with that money? Anyways, going back to the story, owned by Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Haram. I think I pronounced the last name wrong. Do forgive me, Sheikh. That's nearly $500 million of carbon, you know, luxury carbon, let's call it that, being emitted and pumped into the air and in the ocean. But we've got here the future environmentalist king. But here's where it gets interesting. British media quickly pivoted to claim they were actually on the eco-friendly, oh surprise, I'm so surprised, Almax, where which is worth only listen, folks, only amigo. I can't even right now. It's only worth 40 million pounds. Oh my, oh my, oh my. The lifestyle of the rich and famous. Marie Claire, the magazine, and other outlets emphasized it was one of the world's first fuel cell super yachts and a huge milestone in sustainable boating. I mean, you should have seen the article written by the Daily Mail on or whatever. I mean, it just went on pages and pages and words talk about oh diarrhea, verbal diarrhea. Ew, that just is not very pleasant. I'm gonna try not to use words like that or phrases like that. I'll try, no promise. Conveniently, isn't it? All of a sudden, the same Prince William who gives away £1 million annually through his Earthshot Prize to tackle climate challenges. The same Willie who recently praised Sir David Attenborough, praised his documentary about saving our oceans. Somehow, his PR team managed to spin a luxury yacht vacation into an environmental statement. Oh dear, isn't that wonderful? Now, here's where the magic happens. And I don't mean in anyone's bedroom here, I'm talking about the story. Keep your heads out of the gutter, people. The precise moment when royal scandals disappear and Sussex stories take center stage. On July 31st, just as these stories were gaining international traction, the Charity Commission announced their findings about Prince Harry's Sentebale charity. The timing wasn't coincidental, my friends. It was surgical, absolutely surgical. The commission concluded there was no evidence of bullying by Prince Harry. Let me repeat that so that the people in the back row can hear. No evidence of bullying and the other things that is Sophie Shinduka, accused Prince Harry of. However, what they found, and they guess that's what they wanted to do, is to blame both sides for the issue not being resolved privately and was made public. And just to throw in some other things to seem like they did something or some kind of work, they said, well, governance and procedures could be improved. Nice, right? We've talked about this before. We've talked about the blame on both sides and private and public and governance and all that. So let's not talk more about that because we know how we feel about it. So instead of the story being about Happy Harry being completely exonerated, no, 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 no. Because this should have been a vindication story, right? Harry cleared of accusations. That's what the story should have been. But watch how the headlines were crafted instead. So instead of Harry or Prince Harry cleared of bullying allegations, we got Charity Commission criticizes Prince Harry's management style. Harry's charity faced governance issues. Nowhere there do we hear anything about Sophie Shinduka. There was no headline about the charity being ran successfully for 18, close to 19 years with zero issues. One of the charities that people held up as an example of how to run a charity well. No headlines about Sophie Shinduka and the consultant fees she paid out without board approval. None of that. None of it at all. Instead, it's all about Prince Harry. This is the same playbook they used against Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. And Harry warned us about it. And this is what they do. Now, this brings us to what Prince Harry revealed in Spare. The palace's strategy of trading stories with the press. Prince Harry wrote, Pa and Camilla's people had been briefing the press about the private conversation. They've planted a story to make me look like a liar. He described how negative stories about senior royals would be buried in exchange for Sussex content. The motto was never complain and never explain. But the reality was always complain, always explain. Just make sure Harry and Meghan are the ones you're complaining about. This is exactly what we witness with Meghan's so called bullying allegations. Remember the timing? Those allegations surfaced just days before the Oprah interview. an interview that would expose serious issues within the royal institution. The Buckingham Palace promised an independent investigation. You know, you remember the whole thing about what was it? Situations may vary, or memory may be obscure, or we don't remember that that happened that way. I don't really care what it was. I don't really care. Buckingham Palace promised an independent investigation. That was March 2021. At this time, we're in the Lord's year of 2025. And those investigation results, still buried, still sealed, because they likely exonerate the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan, completely, just like Harry was exonerated now.
Whatever. Thank you for calling customer service. My name is Veronica. How can I help you? Yeah, whatever. Just pull up my account. I don't even say thank you for calling. Just pull up my account and do what you need to do. Do your job, because I don't understand. Hello? Are you still there? Yes, ma'am. I'm still listening. Did you hear what I just said? Nah, you're gonna have to repeat all that, because you started yelling and I thought you was talking to one of your kids, because I know you're not talking to me like that. Not on this chipper Tuesday morning. Did you really just say that to me? Yes, I did say that. Yes, I did. How? Why? Because you need something from me, but you're gonna call me with attitude and yelling top of the morning. For what? For what reason? So you're not gonna help me? You're not planning on helping me? I can help you. I'm more than happy to help you. That's what I get paid for. I do not get paid for you to sit there and yell at me. I mean, you can yell all you want, but this call will go click and you'll be talking to my friend Tone. Don't play with me. Thank you for calling customers.
This isn't a one time occurrence. This is a documented, repeated pattern that spans decades. Do you remember Andrew's Newsnight interview disaster in November 2019? I mean, who can forget it? Really. Within days, stories about Harry and Meghan's difficult behavior during their South Africa tour dominated headlines. The man who couldn't explain his relationship with Jeffrey, you know whom, suddenly wasn't front page news anymore. When Charles, well, the king, Cash for Honor scandal broke, where his former chief executive allegedly offered knighthood for donations, what happened? Suddenly, like magic, of course, we had weeks of coverage about Harry and Meghan's Netflix deal being inappropriate for royals. Didn't I read somewhere that, was it the king or someone else was doing something with Netflix? I wonder. Anyways, getting back to the story. But this goes deeper than just story swapping. This is about controlling global narratives. You see, and it works. It works internationally. These UK stories get picked up by outlets worldwide: Fox News, CNN International, Australia Media, Indian publications, publications in South America. They all get picked up. A negative story planted in the Sun becomes global Sussex criticism within hours. Within hours. The yacht story is particularly revealing because of how quickly the narrative shifted. Greek media reported the 450 million pounds or dollars opera yacht. Now, international outlets picked up the story. But then suddenly, British media synchronized on the eco friendly Almac's story. One retired civil servant, Penelope Lee Liquodi, I think is the last name. Forgive me for mispronouncing your name, I likely am. Told the Daily Fail she saw Kate, Charlotte, and Louis on the yacht in Mavrona Bay. She said, I literally shivered with excitement. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. Now, notice how the focus became about being starstruck. The reaction wasn't about this environmental hypocrisy of the yacht vacation itself. It was about this civil servant who was just starstruck and wasn't totally sure. So the narrative is changed. The gardening story followed the same pattern. Initial reports detailed toxic workplace conditions, mass resignations, and concerning behavior from the king himself. Not like we're surprised. But coverage quickly shifted to generic statements from the King's Foundation about staff satisfaction and pay benchmarking. Who the heck cares? Then, of course, like clockwork, like clockwork, out of nowhere, Harry's charity investigation results were released. Like magic, like magic.
I love your jacket.
Yeah, we look good.
What's the Wi-Fi?
We don't offer Wi-Fi ever since the Trump presidency.
Totally, but I do have to write my thesis on processing trauma through Pinterest boards.
Not that I believe in the institution, but what are you in school for?
Personal crisis management and ceramics for nonconformists. It's a create your own major.
What's personal crisis management?
It's all about learning how to manage your problems internally.
Like therapy?
I mean, I'm learning how to understand myself for $95,000 a year.
What do you want to do when you graduate?
I don't know. To be determined. That's what's so exciting. That's what I love about my life. I have no idea.
My life is the same, but I don't like it. Password is Eat the Rich and our scones, but we only allow laptops from 6:45 to 8:15 a.m.
Well, you guys aren't open during those hours. It's fine. I'll just write it on my phone. It's only 5,000 words.
I think not. Use the passion of the palm. Handwriting only.
Okay. I'm sorry. I haven't handwritten since 2010. Do you remember how to write a G?
It's like a Q, but with more regrets.
Okay, that's helpful.
What can I get you?
Can I get a burnt sugar cacti latte with watermelon seed milk?
That'll be $14.57.
Do you have a student discount?
We actually charge students more. It's good for financial literacy and investments. Our investments.
Love that.
We see everything.
That's fine. I'll just come back for the rave tonight.
What rave?
This is a speakeasy, right? There's a bar in the back.
That's just storage.
Where we store things.
Hell yeah, it is. Let me call my 15 roommates. Hey, we're going to storage tonight. No, it's fine. I know the door guy.
You don't know me.
That'll be $300 per person.
Okay.
So here's what's really happening. Every time the working royals face legitimate criticism, the Sussex story pipeline activates. Negative coverage gets buried. Positive Sussex news gets twisted, and the cycle continues. The king can mistreat his staff. The future king can vacation on $500 million yacht while preaching environmentalism. And the institution can cover it all up because they've got the perfect and preferred art of destruction. Harry warned us about this in Spare. He told us the palace trades negative stories about senior royals for Sussex content. We're watching it happen in real time. The question isn't whether this strategy works. It clearly does. We, content creators, have a very thin rope to navigate. We must tackle the current stories in the media in order to bring you the truth. But we also must circle back to the stories the royal family and the UK media wants us to forget and to bury. Yes, King Charles III is a bully. It's not trending right now, and it may not trend again. And the hypocrisy of William on his many vacations and on £500 million yacht also is not trending. But Sussex friendly channels continue to do double work time and time again. And let's not forget the Sussex Squad. Those on social media platforms bring in the receipts time and time again, challenging the narratives of current stories and reminding us and reminding the world of the stories the royal wants us to forget and bury, that incredible PR machine that they've got doesn't work with us. Once again, thank you for being here. Every time you watch, comment, or share, it means more than you know. I pour my heart into this work because I believe in it. And clearly, if you're here, something brought you too, and it's not my pretty face. If you haven't subscribed yet, this is your moment. Click that button. It's free, and it makes a real difference. And hit the notification bell so you will be one of the first people to be notified when something new and meaningful goes up. If you feel moved by what we're building, consider going a step further. There's a Buy Me a Coffee link and a membership option if you'd like to help us keep this going strong. It's like lighting a little candle for something you believe in. And whether you're here quietly or loud and proud, leave a comment if you can. It helps the message travel. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. Thank you. And so, the stage is struck. The lights dim, and the actors, those robed in ermine and insulated by centuries of difference, slip out the side door. The gardeners revolt, the $500 million or pounds floating hypocrisy, the whispered tempers of a monarch in his greenhouse kingdom, all vanish like a conjurer coin. In their place, the familiar diversion, Harry and Meghan, hauled back into the dock of public opinion, as if the sins of the crown can be laundried through their reputations. This is not accident. This is not coincidence. This is choreography, tight, practiced, and cynical. The British press plays the palace organ with well-trained hands. The soft pedal for Charles and Williams, the full thunder for the Sussexes. Each note struck on command, each discord redirected towards the couple who walked away. It is the art of camouflage elevated to a national sport, and the prey is always the same. What we have here is not a monarchy of service, but a monarchy of survival. Its chief skill, not governing, but misdirecting. A court where truth is a servant, wheeled out when useful, dismissed when dangerous, and a press that has abdicated its duty to challenge power, preferring instead to sup with it. We are told this is tradition. In truth, it is protectionism, a smokescreen thick enough to choke the facts, and a public too often content to breathe it in. The palace knows it. Fleet Street knows it. The only question is whether we choose to know it and to remember. The next time the headlines shriek Harry or Meghan and whisper Charles, Kate, William, exactly who benefits when the crown glitters but the glass stays dirty. And just like that, we have come to the end of today's podcast, today's episode. I do hope, as always, you got something out of it. Whether it's a moment to laugh, a moment to smile, or a moment just to be a little bit angry, which is totally okay. It's completely okay. I do hope, though, that you will find some time to do something for yourself, to bring joy, happiness, laughter into your life today, and tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that. It's important. Very, very, very important for our mental health, for our health period, to look at the good and to continue to do good, to show up and to do good for ourselves, for our loved ones, and for strangers that will probably never know we've done some good for them or that we've done something nice. So, to the new subscribers, thank you so very much. Whatever convinced you to subscribe, I hope that this channel, I hope that I'm able to continue to garner your attention and your respect, and that you continue to support the channel in any and each way that you can, in the same ways that our beautiful and wonderful, as I usually say sometimes, delicious vintage wine, those are our subscribers and members that have been here for a while. I thank you for your continued support. I thank you for believing in the work that we do, for promoting this channel, for sharing and liking and commenting. It means the world to me. Thank you very, very, very much. Now tomorrow, Adome, I think I might do something a little bit lighter. Maybe I'll do royal protocols and just, I don't know, maybe see what their origins and some funky protocols or stuff like that. Maybe that might be an easy, lighter subject for Sunday. Tomorrow's Sunday, right? I think so. Anyways, thank you all very, very much. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you once again for your support. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to your loved ones and to the stranger who is crossing through your path. Until we speak again, bye for now.
They said, stay silent. There's no place for scars. But you step forward under distant stars. When everyone discussed what's wrong or right, you followed the calling of a single light. They questioned courage, they whispered doubt, but you kept walking and the truth came out. One stranger's stand can break the tide, turn fear to hope with nothing to hide. Let your voice be the voice that stands in the fury of doubters. Hold hands. Every step echoes down the line. One heart beats which can redefine. Even if the world turns away, raise your truth and light the way. One voice, one heart can move the world today. In unseen corners, danger still lies, but someone's courage opens our eyes. When we choose action for one, for all, even mountains tremble, walls will fall. Let your voice be the voice that stands in the fury of doubters. Hold hands. Every step echoes down the line. One heart beats which can redefine. Even if the world turns away, raise your truth and light the way. One voice, one heart can move the world today. Fear may whisper you're alone, but every heart has a stepping stone. A single spark can start a blaze. A quiet word can change our day. Let your voice be the voice that stands through silent nights or shifting sands. Every stand that breaks the mold is proof that what's righteous can be bold. If the world turns away and down, be the one to sing it out. One voice, one heart can move the world. Pick up the spark and let it unfurl. Because one voice, brave and kind, has inspired over 120,000 lives to be safer. One voice.
Can move